didn't create Pavarotti or any of this. But if I came in to work with them, I came in to be a chameleon that tried to make them look better. I came in to know that they were reaching a demographic, a specific demographic. And what we had to do is understand that demographic and hit them right where they live. And that's what we tried to do vocally on all the projects. So that's the way it was. But I had that mindset that I just want to be a part of something good. I don't want to be the guy. I just want to be a part of something good. And I used to watch the show Chorus Line. Yeah. And I saw that about 5 times. And where other people are getting different emotions, I'm sitting there with tears in my eyes because I realized that what I always wanted to do was just to sing. So in essence, if you look at the chorus line and say, there's people that want to dance. Well, what I wanted to do was to sing. But once my career started elevating and all the companies I built and all of the successes and stuff I had found myself in that position that where I was putting it all together. I was making it all happening. I was hiring myself as a singer. But to the rest of the industry, I was this hidden star that nobody would hire just to sing with them on their thing. And so I would look at Chorus Line and inside my heart was bleeding because I was saying, I just wanted to hang on to a star and be there, be part of that. But in doing so, I had raised myself to a position where I was that inside the studios, I was that star. And now everybody's hanging on to me. And I didn't really want to be in charge. I wanted to make everything work. And I had a different mindset than most artists. I could sit down and write contracts. I could sit down and negotiate. I could sit down and do all this other stuff that we didn't have agents. I didn't want agents. I wanted to just say, this is who we are. This is what we do. Fill out the W-4 contract and send it in and leave this hit on the tape. That's what we try to do. So those kinds of things, those deep thoughts about, well, was there any moments? Yeah, the moment was all I ever wanted to do was sing. That's it. I ended up hiring myself a lot because I was the right voice and I'd find a right spot to put myself in. If it was a girl's trio, I was singing middle girl. I was there. I was doing it from the inside out. And that's where it happened.
It is a truly wonderful gift, to listen to any of your harmonies or any of your voice, your lead singing voice, the Chipmunks to the Partridge Family. You have been so adaptable to everything that you've ever done. And in many ways, you've had the Midas touch. Everything that has come your way has turned to gold.
Back in those days, I wanted to teach the public what good was. What a hell of a mistake that is. What I learned was you're not going to take the same people that like country over here and that like soul over here, and you're going to teach these people what good is because they have their own definition of what they like. And that's who you're trying to appeal to. So what you want to do is let go of your own concept about what you're going to teach everybody. You're going to make them, discipline them to understand and appreciate everything that you think is right. No, what you have to do is you have to go from the street up and you have to sit there and say, this is why they like this. This is what is appealing about this to this group of people, or this one over here, or whatever it is. And you can study it and you can sit there and say, okay, I understand totally why that's a success. So when I'm doing that, I'm going to surround myself with people who do that. I'm going to surround myself with an understanding of what I'm trying to prove at this particular point, who I'm trying to reach. The only thing that is immovable in my situation is I'm going to control that best effort. We're going to make that best effort going in that direction to reach that demographic. And that I'm going to do. And then I'm not going to let go of, because my career is being recorded. Every mistake, everything. If there's a mistake there, I don't want it out there. If there's something that I don't like the tuning on, I don't want it out there. Whatever it is, I'm going to make sure that that sound from us is something I approve of while we try to reach that demographic. And by God, we did that. We moved from one area to another, with sometimes with different personnel, but we still did it honestly. It's like sitting down and saying, okay, are you going to take the same things you do with Sinatra, the same people, and do rap? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Are you going to reach them? Yeah, you're going to reach them because you're going to go with something that's authentic, something that hits them right where they live. So all of it is the inside knowledge of saying, how do I reach this? How do I get this job done? And then go do it. And David was really nice to work with. As far, but again, the Leechwood stuff were put down before that. So, yes. and the first time I met Shirley, as a matter of fact, I was 19 years old and I was doing, it was actually the second movie of my career. It was The Music Man, and Shirley was starring in it. And I thought, oh God, what a wonderful talent. Wow. Very attractive. She probably had a 22-inch waist, and I'm looking at her and thinking, oh God, she's a beautiful, very talented lady, and perfect for that kind of a career. Yes. And that's a reason somewhere I always have to mention that, because later when I'm making decisions, no, we don't want to sing with the stars, because they're not right for the demographic we're trying to reach. But are they a talent? Oh God, yes. Would she be somebody you wanted in the group with you every week doing backgrounds? No, it's not the same thing. Like saying, to Frank Sinatra, you want to do backgrounds with me? I can get you all the work you. No, I don't think so.
So, I mean, on those first recording sessions, before they realised that David could sing, you'd laid down "Let the Good Times In."
Yes.
And together having a ball. There was a huge influence on this music that was being created under the Partridge Family umbrella of the Love Generation, which John and Tom were major parts of.
I was in charge, and I wasn't trying to do the Love Generation. It's just that I was trying to do what I do in hiring the voices. John and Tom being a part of the Love Generation, that would speak to possibly that sound aspect, but it was also like everything else I was doing at the time. I was putting together the best voices I could for that project.
How did you know Tom and John and Sally?
Okay, well, Sally, in the beginning of my career, I was doing Shindig, and I had my own group and everything else. And we were doing two times a week, we were doing national stuff and backing all the British invasion, backing all the Motown stuff, doing everything, doing all this backing on the shows. Darling Love and the Blossoms were on one side and my group was on the other. And we were doing all this stuff and then doing our own act as well. All the people I worked with there, Leon Russell and Glenn Campbell and everybody else, all became, their own stars and everything else out of that show. The bottom line was I was doing that show, but we were still, struggling people, young talents in the business. And I got a call at home saying, we're trying to record this kid. Can you come down and help us? So, and it was from Leon Russell and Snuff Garrett. And Bones Howe was mixing, and he did the Mamas and Papas. So anyway, I went down to the session, and they were recording this kid, and it was, and I listened to it, and I said, well, I'll put a harmony part on in the bridge with him. So they said, okay, do that. So I did it. And then Bones Howe yelled from the group booth. He said, why don't you sing the lead with him and try to smooth out his voice a little bit? So Gary and I did the leads together. Just singing in unison. Then I put on harmony parts and then put the record out, and it was this Diamond Ring. It went to #1.